We knew this week there's a lot of things going on. A very emotional week for our team, obviously, and as coaches, we knew that today was going to say a lot about our team, and really challenged our guys. I felt like they responded this week in practice, and obviously things didn't go our way there in the first half. But I think that the way that they responded, that's what we told them at halftime is, hey, we're going to find out about this year's team and about this year's offense in this second half. And we've been a team, and we've been in those situations that we just kept fighting, kept believing. And I think this is going to be one of those learning times. I think in the past we've had to lose a game to kind of have that learning moment, and hopefully that was what today was about. But I'm just very proud of the offensive line, being able to run the ball for close to 300 yards. I mean, that last drive with everything that was on us, the way the game had gone, really hadn't gone our way. And to be able to go 94 yards with the game on the line, and they knew we were running it. Everybody knew we were running it, and I felt like we just imposed our will. And all those backs got in there and ran hard, and it was a great response. Then also Chase Price. I mean, what can you say about him? Very difficult circumstance, not only to come in, but come in whenever we're down, not really on our game. And I'll always remember, as long as Chase is here, 4th and 6 with a game on the line, and to be able to stand in there. That window was about 3 feet wide, and he just threaded the needle right there to T. Higgins, or we don't win the game. Obviously there's a lot we'll learn, but I think the biggest thing that we learned is our guys have a will to win, and to have a special year. When you have adversity, you got to respond, and I felt like our guys did that tonight. And it's been a tough week, and it's been an emotional week. And, I think that, being able to win a game like that is going to help us down the road.
Jeff, how did you guys keep the team together and grinding? Because Kelly was such a popular guy with these guys.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing, we've had situations in the past, right, where guys have left. I think about Deshaun, 2 years ago, that was the big storyline in the offseason, was all the guys that were gone. And, and we made a big point offensively that, hey, we're not going to worry about the guys that are gone. They had their chapter here, and that was awesome. But now it's a new chapter, and it's all about what's next. Coach Sweeney always talks about that windshield mentality, and it's always about what's in front of us and not what's behind us. And obviously our guys and coaches, everybody love Kelly, but his chapter's over, and it's time for the next chapter. And so that was our big message to our guys this week. Is it's all about the guys in this room. We got more than enough in that room, at quarterback and at all the other positions. And, to be challenged right out the gate in the very first game, for Chase to have to go out there and win, a game against a good team. That Syracuse is a good football team. I don't care what you say. They make you earn it. And our guys did that in the fourth quarter.
How did you plan adjust when Price was in there in the second half, as far as how much did you guys have to adjust on the fly?
I think the biggest thing is, and it wasn't just Chase. There were some other things where we weren't quite connecting in some of the passing game. And so, Coach Sweeney just said to Tony and myself, said, hey, we're going old school. We're just going to turn around and run it, and we're going to go old school and impose our will. That's been a theme for us really the last couple of weeks, is really challenging the offensive line. I think this might be the 3rd week in a row that we've had over 200 yards rushing. We've had some really good teams around here, but I can't remember a time where we've gone 3 games in a row, against quality opponents rushing the ball like that. And, without those rushes, and also, feeding Travis. He's just a different guy. I think he had, almost 203 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then both Choice and Feaster came in and combined for over 100 yards. Whenever we had, it's one thing to be able to run the ball, it's another thing to be able to run the ball when they know you're running it. And that's what happened there in the fourth quarter.
What goes through your mind when you see
why that particular play right there?
On the fourth down? Well, we knew we were going to get half field coverage. They did a good job. Their scheme on 3rd down. And, we felt like we would have area between the corner and the safety, and it would be a really tight throw. T ran a really good route, and, Chase delivered the ball really the only place he could have for us to have a completion.
Did he have to throw that before the break?
Yeah, he did. He threw it and turned around, and T was able to turn around and find the ball and make the catch.
For Chase to be in that spot, he stuck it out with Clemson through the Hunter Johnson signing with his class, and then Trevor Lawrence. Is that just a lesson for the rest of these guys that if things don't
Yeah,
go their way.
that's kind of uncommon these days, But Chase is still a young guy, and he's been that guy that hasn't really got caught up in all of the depth chart and all that kind of stuff. And these guys just been working hard, and that's what you tell a guy like Chase. He started 4th team and worked his way up to 3rd team, and then now this week the 2nd team. And, had to be ready. And we told our offense guys earlier this week, we said, hey, we got a lot more games to play. The chances that Trevor gets hurt is probably going to happen. And everybody in the stadium is going to go silent, but we can't go silent offensively. Chase has got more than enough talent and skill for us to go win. And that's exactly what happened. And we told our guys, hey, this is what we talked about. We need to help him. And I think our offensive line and running backs helped him with the way that we ran the ball. But, man, I'm so proud of Chase, and we're going to need him as the season goes on.
Talk about the composure, starting out 3rd team at the beginning of the week, game-winning drive on Saturday. Talk about the composure for that young man.
Yeah, and Chase is a guy that has a lot of moxie, just kind of who he is. Another key play that kind of gets hidden on that last drive is one of the zone reads where he saw the blitz that was coming and he pulled it and came out the back door, and really none of us expected him to pull that ball. But he's a guy, I think the word that we use to describe him is moxie. He's just kind of have that moxie to him and toughness, and it didn't go perfect for him. I mean, he had some other moments, but he didn't give up. And for a young guy in that scenario with everything on him to be able to come lead that team on a 94-yard drive to come back to win the game with no time left, I mean, that's unbelievable. And that's something that our guys, are going to gain trust in him, and he's going to gain confidence in that type of experience.
What was the message to him at halftime when all right, we got to go with him for the second half?
Yeah, I think the biggest message is that you've been prepared. You've been working. That's something we always talk to the 3rd team guys is, are you working right now, or are you going to wait until your 1st or 2nd team to get serious? But he's been a guy, and we said we weren't just trying to be nice in fall camp. We said we feel like we got 3 guys. We really do, because of what he's done this week in practice. He had a really good week of practice, throwing the ball against our defense and some team drills. And, and we told Chase, Coach Streeter did a good job preparing him. I mean, we were preparing Ben Batson and preparing Hunter Renfro, sat in the quarterback meetings all week long, because we wanted to be prepared. But it's one thing to be prepared for the moment. It's another thing to go out and do it. But the biggest thing we told him is just relax and go play ball. And you got a lot of talent and experience around you. You don't have to do it all yourself. All we need you to do is drive the car. And that was the message, and that's what he did.